Cool, that's it. Right.
You could.
It's all right. I'm
Hold
all right.
it differently.
All right.
Okay.
So, on-off button is that one there. You have to be pretty accurate to find that button, because it's not a physical button like that. It's a circuit board, so behind there. So you have to be pretty accurate. If you're pressing and hold it and nothing's happening, just take your finger off, put your finger back on, and you should locate it. Okay, so we've got change of energy, which is the top right hand button. So at the moment I've run it on gas. If I press that button there, first time it wakes it up. So electric, so we come in on electric or gas. Auto function, what that will do for you is select best energy available. So electric, in its opinion, is the best energy available. And there's no electric available, it goes for gas. No gas or electric, it looks for 12 volt. But the 12 volt is coming from your car, as long as you've got that wiring on your car, not from the ledge battery.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm showing you now is failure. So the failure is on the 12 volt because the car's not there and the engine's not running. Okay. So if it's doing that on the gas, it means the gas has failed to light. So again, maybe you just haven't turned the gas on, or you haven't got any gas. To reset it, so you need to reset on the gas to get it to light. So if it's failed it to start with, so normally it might just fire up straight away. But if you need to reset, just press the on/off button, hold it until you hear one beep. Take your finger away. See, that's tried to reset there, but obviously it's going to fail straight away for the battery side of it anyway. Otherwise, I'd show you on gas, but obviously the gas is not failing, so I can't show you gas failure. Okay, so if it's beeping away, press and hold the on/off button. Obviously, check you have got gas first. So you could just fire your cooker up, make sure you've got some gas, and just press and hold until it one beep goes off.
Which
take your
is
finger off.
the best energy source for it to run it on?
Most people run it on electric. Gas is the best energy source. If you're obviously you're talking about you're in storage, you can't cool the fridge down before you travel. Obviously, so the fridge is going to be warm while you're travelling. The battery's not really going to cool it down. And like while I'm thinking, right, that's now beeping at me, but it's not, or it shouldn't be gas failure. So if I shut the door, stops. That means it wasn't gas failure, it was actually I've left the door open
too long.
Yeah, because I'm chatting. Right, so it will let you know if you've left the door open as well. Where was I now? Can't remember where I was.
Best energy
Oh, that's
source.
it, best energy, yeah. So, obviously if you can't cool it down before you travel, obviously, as I say, battery isn't going to do a lot travelling, and you're going to have to go a hell of a long way for that to have any impact on the temperature of it. So when you get to site, obviously you want to cool it down as quick as you can. If you fire it on gas, that will cool it down a lot quicker.
Okay.
Because it's obviously these things were obviously designed as a gas appliance. Then obviously most people tend to run on electric now, so that's why they put an electric element in there as well. But gas will cool it down quicker.
Okay.
All right. Then if once you get it down to temperature, you could swap it across to electric anyway. But electric is decent enough. It's just if it's from we want it from start as such. If it's really warm, especially the summer we've had, put it on gas and it will cool down a lot quicker. Temperature rise. So bottom right hand corner, all 5 lit of them lights. That is the coldest setting. So if it's coming out frozen butter, then obviously it's too cold. 2 or 3 is around about average for this country.
Okay.
Depending on where you are, how warm it is outside, how high setting or lower setting you need to be. Okay. If you can see from the little info note on the icebox door, you can remove that and that to have a taller fridge if you wanted to. But if you want
Take the whole thing out?
yeah. So this
Yeah.
and the shelf. The shelf comes out with
right,
that.
okay.
And you see from there, look. So the shelf
yeah,
comes out and
yeah,
the door. As soon as you start moving the shelf, the door will
That's
come
clever,
drop out.
isn't
Yeah. So you can have a taller fridge if you want to.
So you can adjust the height of these as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be all right with it as it is.
Yeah. Oh, they're quite.
Got to have somewhere
quite
to
good
put the
fridges.
magnums.
I'm assuming you don't mean the ice cream.
Yeah.
He does.
Oh, he does mean the ice
He does
cream.
mean
Oh,
the
right.
ice
I'm
cream.
fond of a
I
magnum.
was thinking Magnum as in champagne for a minute then.
Oh.
Just fit in
So-
there.
so-
We bought the wine.
As long as you've got the wine. Yeah. Okay, what we've also got is this little catch here, which is a really vulnerable catch, and it falls off quite easy. So obviously it doesn't do it now. So that will come off as easy as that. What that is there for, that little catch, is to keep the door open when you're in storage.
When you store it.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So, but obviously you can see from that,
Got to remember that.
just leave it open.
Yeah.
That catch, not the most cleverest thing that Dometic have made.
What you're saying, just leave the whole fridge?
Yeah, just leave it open like that and allow it to breathe. When you're in storage, you're not using it.
What we used to do, I remember, we used to put a towel across there, didn't we?
Yeah.
But what you would have
Just to
had
stop
on
it from closing.
previous ones, these would have been spring loaded. because it would have come down
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was, yeah, it
yeah.
did.
So these are not now,
Yeah.
which is quite handy because you can leave it open, and you don't have, you don't have to wedge anything in then to obviously affect the spring as well. So that's simple as that. Okay. Easy as that one. Right, I'm not sure now. Is it in this one? Oh, it is. Right.
More electricity.
TV aerial. So we talked about that connection on the outside.
Yeah.
This is your onboard aerial. To use it, obviously make it's a directional aerial as it suggests. You can point it in different directions. Have a look where everybody else is pointing theirs. Loosen it off. So loosen that up there. And info note, if you can see from there, it states which way is the front of the aerial. For facing the travel is the front of the aerial. So on here, where it's hiding, there's a little window there.
Yeah.
So that tells me that the aerial's pointing that way now. So what do, push it up, turn it around to whichever way everybody else is pointing it, lock it off. You can also tilt the top of the aerial. What day is it? Monday.
Monday.
That's why.
Early week.
That's why. That's why. You can tilt the top of the aerial as well by this little control here. Just spin it round, and it will tilt the aerial over the top of the aerial over. If everybody else is doing that, likely they've got a signal. Most of the time, it will be in the flat horizontal. So before travelling, make sure it's in the green. Loosen it off, slide it down, face that forward. Just make sure that handle's out of the way, all the way down, lock it off, and it's ready to travel.
What, so the green bit goes that way, towards
that's
here?
what, it should say that there somewhere.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, HV indicator, which is that, is facing the direction of travel, so it's pointing forward.
What does HMV stand for?
I don't know.
Horizontal.
Horizontal or vertical
vertical.
indicator, probably. No one's ever asked that question before. Obviously, what you've got there at the back as well is an amplifier for the signal. So, obviously, when you're using it, that needs to be switched on. Blue light means it's on. There's a little rocker switch above the V. You see that little dip?
Yeah.
Just above the V on vision. That's where the rocker switch is. Obviously, they cleverly put it at the back of a locker high up, so it's a bit difficult to reach, but it shouldn't concern you if you've got 240 connected anyway. But if you're on site with no electric connected, that will obviously use some power, like anything does in the caravan if it's switched on. If you're not using your TV, you might as well switch that off.
I can't read what it says on the rotary thing.
On the what?
The little rotary.
No, I can't read. Oh, it's minimum, maximum.
Presume that's maximum, max.
Yeah, mini maximum. Yeah. Most of the time, just stick it on max. It should be fine. Right, the wardrobe inside here, obviously apart from no clothes at the moment, is the Aldi header tank. So the Aldi system, which is the heating system, circulates around the van. Okay,
Right.
that's a sealed system. It's got an
I
antifreeze
can
mix
see.
in
I
there.
can see.
Yeah, so you can see it
Oh.
moving away. So
Moving.
yeah, so that's the liquid inside. That's the fluid. Okay, so as it warms up, it will expand into that tank. Obviously, it's quite warm already.
Right.
If you need to top it up, all you do is just pull that top piece away.
Is
So
that
just,
is that not water then?
It is. Well, yeah, it's a water antifreeze mix. So similar to your car.
Right.
Imagine what you put in your car,
Just,
but
just
it's not. But
wind
just,
that little bit back a bit.
Yes. So the
That's-
heating system.
That liquid there
Yes.
heats up the radiators.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's passing through the radiators.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So
that's-
we don't drink that stuff.
No, not really. No. I think they had some Austrian wine that was somewhat similar to that at some point, but no. So yes, you don't drink that. The hot water tank, the hot water, that is in the centre, and then this circulates around
Right.
the heating system as well. So it's around the boiler, I should say.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's a separate system. You do not need to drain that down.
Never.
Never.
What's it? What's it?
Well,
okay
well
for?
no.
Minus
Obviously, I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure what the level is on that one. It's obviously quite a low,
what? All right.
quite a low temperature, but you do not need to drain that tank.
All right. Okay.
I think you'd have to be in some extreme temperatures for it to. There's one thing I can't remember. Now you've asked that. That's one thing people don't normally ask. I'll find it. So yeah, you don't need to drain that down,
All right.
and that's why you can have the heating system on without any water in the boiler, because there's a fluid circulating, taking the heat away from the boiler, so it doesn't overheat.
Okay.
All right. So obviously you've got your table storage in there. Just make sure that is secure before you start travelling. You don't want that bouncing out. Yeah, so it's got that clip on the top. You don't want that bouncing out, because it can cause a quite fair bit of damage.
There'll
if
be
it
so
does.
many clothes in there when you go
Wedge
away.
it in.
It'll be wedged in.
Yeah, exactly. Right, 240. Obviously, you've got a 240 outlet and a light switch for the bedroom, and then you've got the spotlights, which are blinding me. They've got a little rocker switch on the spotlights,
Yeah.
so that's what switches them on off. On the little rocker switch.
Yeah.
All right. Bed wise, if you've seen how the bed
Yeah,
operates,
yeah, I think
so it
already.
just lifts
Sort
up.
of.
Yeah, so You can access it obviously via there as well.
And that's the spare wheel.
Yeah, that's not a spare wheel. That one is.
No, that
isn't. Yeah,
That's
a
a square wheel.
Yeah, that's a square wheel. What
That's-
that is,
that's the thing
you've
with the
had an
bottom
Omni
roof.
vent. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've had an Omni vent fitted, so obviously they leave that in the van. It's up to you what you want to do with it.
Hang on to it.
Yeah, hang on to
Yeah.
it. You probably gathered dust somewhere. So obviously to obviously operate the bed, you just lift it and slide it out, drop that in for bed mode,
Yeah.
and then as you pull it back,
Okay. Is
for
there,
it
is there
to be able to one
a
way.
handle to it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just the metal, the end of the metal bracket more or less.
Yeah. You can't trap your fingers in it either, can you? No.
I haven't yet. I haven't yet. Door. So it's a slidey door. It's got a bolt there. So when you're on site, obviously leave the bolt undone. But
When you're travelling.
travelling, make sure that bolt's there. You do not want this bouncing around
Yeah, yeah.
No.
as you're
no,
driving
no.
along. It's going to
Okay.
could cause it a bit of damage. So toilet, electric flush. If you can hear that noise, that normally means that you run out of flush water. You need to go and put some more water and pink chemical in to use it. So you can see that it does swivel.
Yeah.
It's not to be used like a swivel chair and spinning round and round when you're sitting on it. So obviously it could cause damage if you're not careful. So to use it, open the wastegate, use it, flush it, and shut
Sorry,
it
can
again.
I
So
just-
there's a grey lever there. See that? You just slide it back and forward.
Okay.
That's the one that you were talking about in terms of if the cassette doesn't come out.
Yeah, that's it.
Right,
So
okay.
it needs to be in the closed position for the waste.
Which way is it now?
It's closed. If you look down there, you see the flap.
Oh yeah.
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 So you should be able to see what
okay.
you don't want to see when you open it.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Right. Obviously, whoever's going to empty it, make sure the person who's left
Why are you
it
looking
here.
at me?
99.9%.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. Well, actually, they've designed it now, but obviously with the wheels and the handle, that ladies are allowed to take it now.
Oh, is that what it's for?
Yeah, that's why
Right.
they've designed it like that now. But you don't tend to still don't seem to see
No.
too many ladies going to empty that. To be quite honest, so it does tend to be the gentleman's job for some reason. Obviously, this equality and all that lot.
Doesn't work when it comes to effluent.
No, funny that, isn't it? Funny that. Right. So yeah. So make sure whoever's going to empty it, make sure that the person who's left behind does not use it, because you don't want a little present left when you come
No.
back.
No.
So obviously it just opens it up into the locker below. Okay, light switches for your bathroom, just hiding behind there.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously
Little heater.
radiator, and then see that there, that's a bleed for the heating system. Okay, so
There's no cover for that.
No,
And that just stays.
no, that's how it is. So obviously to bleed, it's just to unscrew the top of it, allows the air to bleed out. Be very careful. Obviously, it's got the antifreeze mix in it. You don't want that spraying all over the carpet and everywhere.
Why would I need to do that?
If you get a bit of air trapped in the system, it's similar to like a domestic
Like
system
a
at home.
domestic heater.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
so very, very similar. Right, shower. If you can see that, we've got an on-off button on the shower head itself. So it's got a mixer tap, similar to that, which is connected to. That is to control how much water you're using. So you are limited to how much water you've got, which is obviously an Akerol is only 40 litres. Your hot water tank is only 10 litres. But as you're using it, it tops up with cold water. So after about halfway, 5 litres, it's now it's cooling back down rather rapid. So if you had a shower and this was left on for say a couple of minutes or so, you may have used all the hot water, and you're going to have to wait for it to warm back up again. So what you can do is wash a bit, stop it, start it, stop it, start
right,
it.
okay.
So it will last a lot longer. Or the second person's obviously going to have a cold shower. Well, they're going to have to wait. Or use site facilities where most site facilities are really good. If you use the club sites, they usually got plenty of hot water to be playing with. And also, if you go up on our site, you'll see the nice facilities we've got up there. Have you seen them? Yeah, they are.
Very good.
They are incredible facilities. I've never seen anywhere else of these.
How do we switch that shower on and off?
It's just
Put the water.
There's a mixer tap, the same as that.
Ah,
It's
right,
attached.
okay, yeah.
Very important for winter though. It just screws to the bottom of the tap. The pipe does. Just
Yeah.
unscrew it.
Right,
Let
okay.
the water drain down. Make
Yeah.
sure that's open. Get all the water out, because that is just plastic.
Plastic.
Yeah, and if that freezes and cracks, it's
Yeah, yeah.
ruined. Okay, and obviously warranty wise,
It's warm in here.
yes. You should be nice and warm tonight.
Windows.
Yes.
They just.
Right, you've got a little button in the centre. Look, you see that? Just press the button in and turn. Same with that one. Press the button, turn. So what we've got is a click system to hold the window open.
Yeah.
Hear that click?
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
not pull it back,
Right.
because it will snap. It will
Push it
snap.
forward
will snap. Yeah.
first.
If you push it forward, allow it to come back itself,
Okay.
and then make sure you lock it back up again.
That's the same on all of them.
I think so. I'm trying to spot the front windows from here. I think they're all the
Well,
same.
they've got
Sometimes
extras.
they have a varying type
So is that
ones.
push the button here
Yeah,
as well?
exactly the same. All the same, yeah.
So you'd have to push all 4 of them here then, would you?
Yeah, well you do, yeah, one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then while we're here, you got your blind, so you got your fly blind at the top,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
your blackout blind there. Just click together. So if
And
you're all the way up there, it might be just worth to try and separate it. You can obviously it might just be easy there, but what I tend to do is just pull it down slightly to easy to get to.
Okay. Right.
And
Lovely.
obviously do the same with the roof as well.
Oh, of course, I forgot.
Obviously
that.
when you obviously it's not so bad this time of year because it tends to be still dark.
Yeah.
But hopefully by the time you wake it up. But if to recognise which one without actually going, oh that's the fly blind, push it back, get that one. The one that's got the writing on normally is the side that's got the blackout blind.
Okay.
Right. So in some of that, make sure you shut that before you go to bed, because if you wake up in the morning you don't like the sun blaring straight through onto the bed, you're thinking, oh, why didn't I shut that last night?
Okay.
Because it's so dark outside you can't see until 4 o'clock in the morning, but the
Right.
sun's beaming through. To operate the roof light, see that button there, press that button in, slides up. Be very careful when it gets windy, obviously that can shoot about and break off if you're not careful. It has got a locking position there, look. You can see there. Put it into there, lock down, obviously holds it in position.
Right. Okay.
Okay, don't travel with it open, but just make sure you obviously getting back. Make sure it's all the way up, that button clicks all the way out, because it can, if I can get it to the other there, so if it doesn't come all the way out, that wind, if the wind got underneath it, it could rip it up. Make sure the button pops all the way out. Alright.
God, it'll take us 4 hours to get set up and 4 hours to pack away.
No, I will take you that.
It will.
Oh, TV aerial, you've got a point here, obviously you can set a TV here, there's
Yeah.
your aerial point there. You've got a 12 volt and a 240 outlet. And then if you look, I'm just trying to think now, I think it's just
Just
around the
here.
corner on this one, there's a threaded one. You see the threaded outlet?
Yeah.
That is the external aerial point.
Okay. For that one down
yeah,
there.
so that one that's outside there, yeah. And you obviously got the same aerial point as that one, and again, 12 volt or 240.
Was this?
Yeah, that just slides off the whole bracket,
Right. Okay.
slides off, so you just connect your TV to the back of that.
Yeah.
Just don't travel with that on.
No. No.
You can travel this on the back of the TV,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
travel the TV on here. That bounces off and then goes.
That's one of my jobs for today, isn't it?
One?
How does that thing work?
Yeah, so vent opens by just turning that. You've got press buttons there, so tap that powers it up. You can extract air out or in. So you just press that one, speeds it up. Press the opposite one to slow it down. Or bring the air the other way. So you can see there's like a little arrow pointing outwards or inwards.
I remember when we used to go to France, and how hot it got at night.
Yeah. Oh, it can be quite warm here. So you can bring air. Sometimes actually by bringing air in, it's
Cools it
cooler
down quicker.
than trying to draw hot air out.
Yeah.
And you just press the centre off. Just make sure you remember to lock it down before you travel. Okay.
Does that have that has a blind on it? does it?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what
So
that
yeah,
is?
just squeeze that together.
Right.
That goes to certain positions if you want it to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide alarm on the side there as well.
Right, okay.
So you
There's
check-
something
on it.
down there as well.
Yes, we got the.
That's
Yeah, so
PIR.
that's your PIR sensor, which is obviously part of your alarm. And we just have a look under here now. I'll just have to move that plate before I sit on it. Right, so you got the kitchen flap. I should just explain that there. Right on the end of the bracket, you press there, it releases it.
Ah, right.
Do that again.
Got it.
Oh, I've got it, yeah.
Yeah, that makes it. I just want that up for a second because I want to show the consumer unit. So consumer unit, if you remember all the way back about 6 hours ago when we were explaining the heating system, heating and hot water,
Yeah.
that switched on. We've got power to that boiler. Doesn't necessarily mean we've selected. We still need to select 1, 2, or 3 kilowatts on the electric. But if you haven't switched that on, there's no power there. The little plug that's on that little icon there, if that's not there, you haven't switched that on, or you haven't plugged the electric in, or the bollard may have tripped that you've
be
connected
dead.
to. Okay, charger button. So that's your charger unit there. With your electric plugged in and charger switched on, that will provide power to charge your battery and to provide power to operate different things in your van. Reverse polarity, if you go on the continent, they wire things different than what we do.
Yeah, sometimes they can be the wrong way around.
Yeah,
can't they?
that's it. So if you are abroad and you plug in, just come in and have a look. It's just an indicator light. If it's lit, then you need to get an adapter just to operate off the electric fuse. More or less just a reverse of
Yeah.
the cables.
You can buy a reverse
Yeah.
polarity
Yeah,
adapter.
yeah,
It
it's-
goes between the two, does it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. 240 trips.
RCDs.
Yeah, so obviously we've got 240 connected. That's what they're connected to. 12 volt fuses, again, info note there, what they're connected to.
Right.
Green light means that's to charge your fuse. So if you haven't switched the charger on, or you've got no power to the van, all that fuse is gone. That yellow, green light even, will go out. Alongside each of these other ones is a red light, a red indicator light. If the fuse goes, red indicator light will obviously indicate which one it is.
Yeah.
All right, and then system shutdown button. So that may be useful to you if you've got it in storage. That will shut down the 12 volt systems. It also shuts the computer system down as well, though. So it will help protect your battery, and with the solar panel there, it will help trickle charge your battery. So it will still operate even though that's switched off.
But will that switch the tracker off, won't it?
No, it will switch the track off now.
Oh.
No. Tracker's a separate system.
All right,
Yeah,
okay.
it will
That's
not switch the
hidden
track.
somewhere.
Yeah, because if you imagine someone just pulls the battery off,
Yeah.
the tracker's useless. Isn't it? But obviously the
Can't
tracker's
really
got its own
store
sort.
things in this cupboard,
Not
can
Not
we?
really, no.
What's
What you
that
got-
one side? I can't remember what's in that side.
Yeah, it's quite empty, that side should be.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so this one, obviously, you probably have a little box or something there. What you don't want to do is cover that for when you're using it. That is your control box for the mover. So if that overheats, it will shut itself down. So if you've got things covered over it, obviously when you're using it, it warms up. It can obviously shut it down because it overheats. What we've also got, that's your water pump. That's your surge damper, so that stops the water hammer
Yeah.
bouncing around. And that's your Aldi heater boiler system in the corner.
Okay.
All right.
What's happened with those two grommets there?
Yeah, I think it's because the cable's been pushed in. It's just come unstuck. That's what they are. Get the engineers coming out.
So you can get your guys to sort that out as well.
Stick that on, yeah. What it is they had the people who come and fit the movers are subcontractors. They're from Power Touch themselves, so they tend to do that. But obviously not all lads. Okay, so you're happy with everything in there? That's nothing
Yeah, I think so.
too complicated, but if you've never used it before, it could perhaps be a bit daunting. All right.
Yeah.
Bed system we're fine with, aren't we?
Yeah,
Pulling
yeah,
it
it's
out,
just
yeah.
pull-
yeah,
out.
the standard slap pull out.
Yeah.
They
And these
they
go in the
haven't-
middle and away
yeah,
you go.
exactly.
We won't be using it, will we, really, unless...
No, just
Till
in
we
case
fall
someone, just in case someone do visits.
That
you
could
don't
be
know.
tonight.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Handbook. So all the information you obviously you don't need. There's lots of information in there as well. Everything you can imagine.
And I
So
brought my Kindle.
Don't think you'd be used.
you can see that on you can see that on the website as well. On the Swift website, that is, you can see that online if you wanted to. And also, what we've got, it always come with the complimentary toilet chemicals. So
Well, it might
one
be
night-
useful to use
yeah,
those tonight.
It
it probably
Yeah.
It might be worth having a look. Then what we've also got,
Another manual.
yeah, technical handbook. What we've got is the gas barbecue point. So that's the fitting for that one that's out there. You duplicate clip your pipe to that, and that
Okay.
just clicks in. And what you've also got is an adapter for the aerial. Another one. So there's them two adapters for the aerial. I've got a 12 volt plug. Don't ask me why you got it comes with a 12 volt plug. Not many people use them anymore. And what you've also got is this blue tool. So what that is, you've got a 13 pin. Hopefully, I would expect on the back of your car, 13 pin electrics that connects the caravan and the car together for lighting and everything else. If you don't fully turn it before you pull it out of the back of the car, it can misalign it by a fraction, and you can't get it to go back in again. That tool is there to realign your plug. The plug
right.
that's on the caravan.
Okay.
So you just push that in, it realigns it.
Yeah, the
Okay.
tow bar people told me about making sure you're fully...
Yes, but that is a tool to realign it.
Right.
So it can go out. It's just a fraction. It's like won't go back in. That do not leave that alone. Keep it with your van. Because I had one customer. They were on site. He says, "Oh, I can't get the car connected." So have you got that blue? No. Where is it? Home. They've taken all this out and just.
What's in the silver bag?
So about that's all the other bit of paperwork for individual appliances.
Oh, my God.
So you've got the book How to Use a Toilet.
All right, we're on.
So most you've got Aldi and all, everything. You can imagine. Obviously, that's your main book to refer to.
So now we don't go to work anymore, you can do some reading over Christmas.
I was expecting it to be complicated, but good God.
Yeah, well, it's not.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
the Saturn
I was
V
saying-
rocket was this complicated.
It probably wasn't. No, the system that actually runs them things up there, you could probably run the whole Apollo system, the whole
easily.
Apollo thing on
I'm-
its own without.
I'm going to ask a really simple question.
Go on,
These-
oh, good. I like simple
These
questions.
curtains are not fully closed, are they? They're just decorative.
No, they should do, as far as I'm aware. No, put it this way. I've only seen one caravan that's had curtains that don't reach all the way.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
They do.
So, if you're going away and it's really, really cold, what for extra insulation, most people will just use the blinds.
Yeah, well, that's what we've got to do tonight, yeah.
But if it's really, really cold outside, blinds and that is extra insulation.
Oh, I didn't think
It's double
Damien
glazed. They
wasn't
are
sure,
double
was
glazed.
he?
No. No.
they... Right, okay.
Okay, yeah. As we're on camera still. Yeah, he'll admit to that. He hasn't been around too long, so he's still getting his head round a caravan, to be quite honest. All right. So you're okay with that then? Yeah.
Terrific.
Good. So I'm glad of that, because what we got now is your test. See if you've been listening.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey, don't
Oh, I
ask
just
me.
realised I left my pen in my jacket. So what we've got here is a bit of paperwork for you to just fill in. What it is just confirmation for yourself that I've either explained it, you may have understood it, or you may have heard it before. So all I want you to do is just read through these, tick for these. Hopefully they will make sense. We will go through the running gear.
Anyway.
I've got a
I've-
pen in my bag,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. I've got mine in my jacket. I just
Where's
realised
your
I
bag?
left it.
In the car.
Right. So just read and tick for this. As I say, we will go through the running gear when we connect to the car anyway.
All right.
I need you to sign there. That's to do with the wheel nuts. Please do check them regularly. 130 newton meters, as it states on the plate. Tick for all of them. Tick for all of them as long as they apply. Read and print sign at the bottom of that one. Road light checks. Obviously, we will be doing that when we connect to the car. Issue page. If you've got any issues with valeting, not happy how clean it is. Any extras should have been fitted. As far as I'm aware, we've got everything here.
Apart
Apart
from
from that ATC.
Oh
thing.
yeah. So if
Yeah.
you want to write, you can write that down under service issues if you want to. ATC to be fitted. Tap now. Obviously, I'm going to get the engineer to come and have a look at that.
and this.
On that, yeah. So
Yeah,
if you
so
put that, if you put that under valeting,
So there's four things really, isn't there? There's the ATC,
yeah,
there's the tap,
the tap,
the handles on the cooker, and the grommets on the...
grommets on that, yeah. So please write all them down for me. If there's anything else, please point it out and please write it down.
Is that what we do overnight as
No,
well?
we're doing this now. Doing
Oh,
this now.
right, okay.
Doing this now. If you come across any problems overnight, please come down and make them aware.
Where are we leaving this for when it moves?
Yeah, well, that should be okay for now because you're just going to go up on site. But we'll
Oh, but you'll sort all that
Yeah,
out, will
well,
you?
yeah, that's
right.
enough. Yeah.
Before we go, I presume.
Yeah, we'll do it. Make sure we try and do that. And then a follow-up appointment. Are you going to be using your van in the next 30 days?
No, because it's
Maybe.
being left here,
No,
isn't
because
it?
it's staying
Yeah.
here. Probably for
Will you
about
be using it
30.
before Christmas?
Don't
Well,
think.
we don't
You
know.
don't
We'd
know
like, if the weather's all right.
To
we
be
would-
honest, that's one of the things that I'm not going to say we miffed about, but we're
Well,
a
yeah, I
tad
can understand.
disappointed about
Yeah.
because because we retired. We did say if between now and Christmas we get a nice few days like this, we'd
Yeah.
go away and try it out for longer, didn't we?
Mm.
But I think the chances are if it's not going to be, I think he said the part's not coming until the 9th of December.
Yeah.
Might take a day or two to find a time when we can come and collect it after
Yeah,
that.
that's it, yeah.
So we could be getting into the 12th, 14th of December then, and you're talking Christmas, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
Well,
I think we're unlikely to
Yeah,
go away.
unlikely.
It would be nice.
We
if
can make an appointment. We can extend that appointment into the new year. But it's if are you going to be using it? That's the only thing. But or we can just leave that. And if you do any problems, obviously give us a call. What it's there for is if you have any problems when you're using it, you're the first time out.
Yeah.
For an appointment here ready for you, just in case something is wrong that
Yeah.
needs sorting out. But obviously, I think depends when you're going to use it because obviously it gets a bit colder in January. You can't use these things all year round, but it's obviously up to you when you use it. But if
Well,
you have any
I think
problems,
It's about accessibility,
That's the
isn't
amazing
it?
thing about it, how
Warm it is.
well, yeah,
Just
when you step out that door, you'll feel the difference.
Yeah.
You definitely feel the difference. I must admit, they are really good. The Aldi system, it is really good. I got in on the van I had previously had Aldi system.
that's my toolbox.
Yeah. I was away in the beach from the east that
Right.
weekend.
Were you?
Everything else was freezing outside. The wardens couldn't keep the taps unfrozen where I was at. I was at Bury, Burrs Country Park, and there was ice on the road everywhere. But inside was like this. My pipes outside were freezing.
Freezing.
Everything outside was freezing, but in here it was like this. Overnight,
Wow.
you wouldn't believe it was that cold
Yeah.
until you stuck your head out the door.
It's marvellous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
how
And-
good Aldi system
Can
is.
I ask another question? This is
Yeah.
can shut this off if
Yeah,
you
you
want.
should. You
Turn it off
you
now.
finish it. Yeah, just tap that button on the
Save the
by your
battery.